not to staff or our audience members from the lectern. We also ask you again to give your name, address, and whether you live in the city limits of Sugar Hill. We'll be providing a total of 10 minutes for each side. If there are multiple people who wish to speak, you'll be expected to divide that time among yourselves. We will keep track of the total time. Any time used for questions by the board will not consume any of the total. Staff, could you introduce RZ 25001 from Kittle Homes to rezone the subject properties to R36?
Yes, good evening. RZ 25-001 is a request to rezone the 7 parcels listed here at or around 5243 Sycamore Road from HM1 or RS100 to R36. The subject parcels are located along Sycamore Road and up Appling Road at the corner, and it's located within our town center overlay. These parcels are presently zoned heavy manufacturing, and with a smaller portion being presently zoned as single-family residential RS100, and again located within our town center overlay. It borders both commercial and residential parcels, higher density residential, as well as single-family residential. The request for R36 includes 73 attached, single-family attached units, as shown here, across 14.91 acres. That comes out to a density of 4.89 units per acre. There is a maximum of 8 units an acre under R36. Here's an additional image of the site plan. The parcels are located in close proximity to downtown Sugar Hill. Thus it offers a pedestrian opportunity to access downtown amenities as well as a connection to the Greenway. Additionally, it can offer a transition of intensity from the single-family neighborhoods that go up Sycamore Road and down Appling Road to the commercial and higher density residential neighborhoods along Highway 20 and in the Central Business District. The applicant has submitted several renderings of the elevations that are proposed. However, this would need to go through design review approval for the town center overlay. The parcels feature both front and rear entry, with front entry units being situated at Appling and Sycamore. Here are the additional elevations. The units highlighted here in the yellow would be front facing, so the front of the house would be facing Appling and Sycamore. The units that are not highlighted would be rear entry, with the driveways coming down to the private streets. Additionally, there are 6-foot sidewalks throughout the proposed development that would connect to the larger sidewalk network and connect eventually to the Greenway and downtown Sugar Hill and all of Highway 20. Here are the 2 proposed lot layouts for the front entry units that would be along our public streets, and then the rear entry units, which would be along the private drives of the development. Staff is recommending approval of the request to rezone to R36 with several conditions. I'll go through each of the conditions listed. Number 1, the development must substantially conform to the site plan, exhibits 1 through 7, submitted with the application, particularly regarding its general features, placement, and alignments. However, alterations necessary to accommodate other conditions specified therein are permitted without additional mayor and city council approval, provided they align with the spirit and context of the approval as determined by the planning department. Number 2, all streets, alleys, sidewalks, common area, landscaping, and stormwater infrastructure shall be privately owned and maintained by the homeowners association. A copy of the deed dedicating said infrastructure to the HOA and recorded covenant specifying maintenance of the infrastructure shall be provided to the city prior to the approval of the final plat. Developer shall establish a capital reserve fund with a minimum balance of $50,000 for the HOA to use for the future maintenance thereof prior to certificate of occupancy for 50% of the homes. Number 3, covenant shall stipulate that no individual owner may own more than 2 units within the community at any one time, given that no more than 20% of the total number of dwelling units are leased at one time. At least 3 natural gas appliances shall be installed within each unit prior to a certificate of occupancy. Number 5, the vertical plane of each dwelling unit's primary front and rear facade shall modulate back and forth a minimum of 2 feet from the vertical plane of the dwelling units to either side. Number 6, units shall be constructed in a way such to create unique character for each dwelling unit with cohesive design elements to unify the dwellings into the overall development. The next few conditions relate to variance or setback variances that were requested by the applicant. So the applicant requested that the building setback along Appling Road be reduced to 20 feet or 10 feet. That would be from 35 feet would be what is required by the ordinance. Staff is recommending approval of the building setback along Appling Road shall be a minimum of 10 feet. So that is where Pink Star is here. The applicant has also requested a reduction in the 50-foot undisturbed buffer. So that reduction would be for a 50-foot undisturbed buffer that would be required from R36 to an RS100 zoning, shown here with the 2 pink stars. So staff is recommending approval of that request. The 50% or the 50-foot undisturbed buffer along parcels R 7306065A and 7306066, again shown here with the pink stars, shall be reduced to a 25-foot undisturbed buffer and a 25-foot graded and replanted buffer subject to review and approval by the planning department. Thus the 25-foot undisturbed buffer would be up against those parcels with the 25-foot graded and replanted. Additionally, the applicant has requested variances for the individual lot lines. Number 9, front setbacks for front entry units shall be a minimum of 15 feet, so as long as the driveway is a minimum of 20 feet as measured from the edge of the sidewalk, and for rear entry units shall be 0. That can be shown here. Then the rear setbacks for front entry units shall be a minimum of 15 feet, and for rear entry units shall be 5 feet, so as long as the driveway is a minimum of 20 feet as measured from the edge of the sidewalk. The 20-foot minimum is to ensure that there is plenty of room in the driveways for cars to be in the driveway without blocking the sidewalks. And that is RZ 25-001. If you have any questions?
On your picture here, it shows a 5-foot sidewalk. In the plans, in the site plans, it shows a 6-foot sidewalk. Which is it?
It would be required to be a 6-foot sidewalk within the town center overlay.
Okay. And it doesn't show that there's any change to the existing sidewalk along the street. Is that sidewalk going to remain? It's about, well, by there, it's about, what, 3.5
They
feet
would,
now.
along their properties along Sycamore Road and Appling would be improved to a 6-foot sidewalk.
Okay, yeah, because it didn't show that on the, it shows it actually reducing down on the, if you look at the plat map at the, or the top graphical map, you can see it a little easier there that it shows that the sidewalk goes from wider to narrower, so it just didn't indicate that that was a 6-foot sidewalk. If you pull that up, you can see that on the, no, it's a little harder to see there, but yeah, it just shows it going down. It looks like it's reducing down, and it doesn't indicate the size of the width of the sidewalk.
It does indicate on the plan a 6-foot sidewalk on Sycamore.
Does it? Oh, yeah, on their part, until it fades into the existing one, right? Yeah, the other side doesn't, right? The one going toward Appling.
That would also be a 6-foot.
That would be 6 foot. Okay, good. Okay. And this is just an aside, because I know it often puts there, when we put a minimum balance on an HOA, 10 years from now, that minimum balance isn't gonna be worth as much. Do we ever do with an increase per annum to that?
Not that I know of, that condition is.
Yeah, I've never seen it before, but I've wondered at times that over time, that's gonna begin to become less and less effective.
I think that would come with a new bylaw, they would revise that number. Like every time they revise that contract.
Yeah, that would be up to them, not up to the city, it would be required.
On this pass, it would be up to the city, but the next
Right,
one.
that's what I'm saying, from then on, it would be required.
It's gonna be double.
It's gonna cost that much to repave the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was just a thought, I didn't, it's not really a declaration of any kind, it was just a question. Okay. Any other questions?
I have no my voice is usually fine as it is, but I have no questions. It's just, I have one comment in terms of zonings that would be helpful is when we are looking for a variance, technically it's always an increase in density, and it would be nice, like you've stipulated what the 36 is going to be, the R36. It would be nice just as zonings change or vary all around the country, it would be nice to have the RS 100 stipulated as to what that is and where we're looking to rezone it to. Because I haven't been able to see what the RS 100 zoning is unless I've missed it.
It's 3.7. Yeah, I knew that from.
There's no cheating. I know what it is in Bermuda.
Right here, it's 3.7.
That's not on your computer. So anyway, I'm just saying it would be nice to know when you're saying that the news, R36 is this, they're looking to rezone it from R100, which is what? Is it one house per third of an acre? It would be nice to know what we're
Now, the rest of it is BG.
varying.
Right, the rest of it is BG, but some of it is.
BG and HM and all that stuff, I'm talking about in residential zoning.
Yeah.
That would be really nice to have in, like if you're gonna stipulate what R36 is, maybe in a comma or in a parentheses after that, you just say R100 is this. So we would have some,
Well, yeah, we can include that in this talk report.
it's just, otherwise we're looking around all the different counties, all the different cities, and it would be nice to know what. Nobody's gonna rezone for less density because they wouldn't have to, but, okay, thanks.
One other comment, by the way, thank you for the size of our site plans that you guys, those are nice. You guys have started doing that.
Unfortunately, Rosemary's not here
To appreciate
to
it.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's right. No, thank you very much. All right, any other comments, questions? All right, we'll open the public hearing for this. Would the applicant like to speak to the rezoning?
Good evening. I'm John Costantino. My address is 350 Passy Farms Drive in Athens, Georgia. I'm here on behalf of Kittle Homes, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to Zach Kittle momentarily. I just wanted to give you a few nuts and bolts of things. Thank you for your great lead, and you took away about the first page or so of my notes, so I'll be especially brief. But I just wanted to speak on what we discussed today, which is the application to rezone the collective 14 acres to RM36 for the purposes of building 73 single-family attached townhomes, approximately 1,000 feet in size. For the majority, the lion's share of this lot is the heavy industrial, so we believe that this amounts to a down zone, replacing what is likely one of the least desirable zoning in the city center to single-family residence intended for families and working professionals. We feel that for the portions already zoned residential, the change in character and density would be minimal. As you wisely asked, the current RM 100 density is 3.7 units per acre. Kittle seeking about 4.89, and so it's a marginal increase that way. And it also, I wanted to point out both RM 100 and 36, both in their descriptions, use the phrase their intentions are to promote economy and convenience, and so I see them as pretty parallel designations, just a slight difference in form, and so we're hopeful that is not too big of a change. We think that it's certainly an improvement for the area, and that it will unquestionably increase housing options available in the area through efficient land use to help foster community development and economic growth for the residents and the city at large. I know you're all quite familiar with the standards for consideration when considering an application like this, so I'm not going to go through those one by one. I just wanted to point out a few of the high points, and again, your lead-in to me was excellent, so you made my job much easier. But first of all, the rezone requested would permit a use that's suitable in view of use and development of adjacent and adjoining properties. We will be bringing high-quality, efficient living spaces to the city center, just footsteps away from the pedestrian bridge and everything else. The remaining parcels in the area, especially existing industrial parcels, would not be affected at all, but the improvement for the residential component will be undeniable. So far as we know, the rezone requested will not cause any unnecessary strain on the city's infrastructure. We understand that sewer capacity and everything else is more than sufficient to support the proposed use, and Kittle's going to work hand in hand with city officials and Department of Transportation, all else, to make sure that the project does not impact traffic or local school systems unnecessarily. And lastly, I feel that this proposed development not only conforms with the 2039 comprehensive plan for Sugar Hill, but I feel like it serves as a model community because it advances it considerably by creating a walkable community with close proximity to public amenities, preserving green space, providing the additional housing in this particular sector that's needed, and as the department mentioned previously, it creates a smooth and logical transition of density between residential to commercial, right on the edge of the downtown core. In short, I would describe this as a good example of growing smart, and will only help sort of add to the momentum of City Center in Sugar Hill. And I think that it would be a great addition. But let me turn it over to Zach, who's a lot better at speaking than I am.
Thank you, guys. Zach Kittle, 330 Sugarview Road, Sugar Hill. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. As John said, we're looking to rezone the property to 73 townhomes. As you might know, we're the townhome builder who's building a block that way over on Hillcrest, the Skyview on Broad townhomes. We're doing 25 luxury townhomes there that are 3 and 4 story. So we're one of these builders. It's me and my brother. We're local, homegrown guys, and we're award-winning builders. That project actually won the Best Townhome in Atlanta award, so we're proud of our product. These townhomes are going to be 3 stories, between 3 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms, 3 and 4.5 baths. The smallest unit would be around 2,000 square feet. Biggest, I think, would be around 2,600. Very similar style to what we've done over there with the brick in the front. The only difference is these are going to have the siding on the sides and on the back. We're looking to try and get a price range on this one around $600,000 compared to where we're over here selling at $880, and $725. So trying to hit that more economical price range to get more families in here. One thing we're doing is we're trying to keep this neighborhood smart, and we're trying to do it with less than 5 units per acre. As you said, we're less than that. Most townhome subdivisions sometimes are around 10 to 12 units per acre, so we're trying to keep it good. We actually did calculations today. Out of the 14.98 acres, we have 9.48 acres of open space, which is unheard of. So we have a lot of open space on this project. The 2 variances that we're asking for, one is for the setbacks. I just want to show you guys what that will look like. This is what we did on Hillcrest. As you can see, you come right out to your drive, or your front door, to your sidewalk, and able to walk straight down. This is the same sidewalk that we're talking about being the 6 foot, or this actually bigger, I think it's 8 foot sidewalk. So, same thing, and I can hold that up for you guys. The other one is just the grading buffer, just to help us grade and help water flow, and then we would plant back trees to make it look better, so we have that buffer there. Finally, the best feature in this neighborhood is the ability to walk downtown. We have a $7 million bridge being built right here. We have a $40 million facilities that we're in tonight, and everything else in downtown Sugar Hill. The ability to sit and go from your house and just walk over actually alleviates traffic from the downtown parking decks and everything that we have. I come out here on the weekends and me and my wife see everybody downtown enjoying it, and it's to have that community, be able to walk down and see it's just a fantastic feature to have. So, if you guys have any questions, I appreciate it, and thank you for your consideration tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank, Kim, what? 325? Three. Left, yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Are there any others that would like to speak in favor, or you have any questions before we do that? Do you have any questions for them? Yeah. Are there any others that would like to speak in favor, to say?
Yeah, I have one, but they didn't put what case, so I get, you're Jaden?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you.
I'm Jake Dodd. My mother and I are the current owners of the property, and I was asked to come speak here tonight, and I'm glad to. We acquired that property in around 1995, and we'll be glad to see it rezoned from heavy manufacturing. Lord knows what this man will create there certainly look better than a brand new cement plant. So we're looking forward to seeing what he does with the property, and we're mostly looking forward to getting rid of that annual property tax burden, because we've had that thing since we've been paying it ourselves since Daddy died in '98. So we're looking forward to moving on with everything and seeing that part of Sugar Hill beautified just like the rest of it has been. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dunn.
Thank you.
Anyone else that would like to speak in favor? Okay. Is there anyone that would like to speak in opposition? Okay.
Andrew Schultz, 5350 Windswept Trace, Sugar Hill, Georgia. Came up here tonight in a hurry because I didn't realize this was happening. And there was signs that are supposed to be posted, and I've complained about those before. They're too small to even see, but when they're laying face down or flipped over and not even visible, makes it even worse. Fortunately, Amber had posted something in my email about 6 o'clock, and I just got to reading it, and I'm like, it's 7 o'clock now, so I come running up here. Problem is, we've already got so many townhomes that haven't even been built yet. Got one right down the road here on 20 that they haven't even begun. They've got all the equipment sitting there, but nothing's happened. We've already got the one down by my subdivision that's almost complete now. And I can't imagine 75 townhomes on Sycamore and putting that much traffic more on Sycamore that's already backed up. With the school down there and all the parents that go pick up Jimmy from school and bring him home, holy cow. You've got 75, how many cars you think there'll be? I appreciate them talking about people walking to downtown. It's very seldom I see anyone walking or riding a bike anywhere. And I appreciate that we got a $7 million bridge gonna be put in to make it easier for people to walk across. But most people are gonna jump in their car and go anywhere. There's too much right now. And I can't see, it's over $500,000 for a townhome. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I can't appreciate $600,000 for a townhome. But you wanna talk about property taxes going up, I feel the burden he's talking about, I can't imagine trying to pay the property tax on that property over there. But what's gonna happen to the rest of us when we got $600,000 townhomes sitting around? That's gonna drive everything back up. There's nothing positive about this. I appreciate the man wanting to sell his property, I appreciate a developer that wants to give us more townhomes, but I think we got enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Anyone else that would like to speak in opposition?
He needs to fill out a card.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Andrew, would
I
you,
will do that.
please, thank you. Anyone else that would like to speak in opposition? Okay, seeing none. Close the public hearing. Are there any more questions or comments? Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I motion to deny the request.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay. Any other questions? Any further comment on that?
No, if you're asking me why, it's a density thing. Again, Sycamore Road is a mess right now, and adding 75 more housing units there, as he was saying, along with all of the school and the other residents that are there, the other townhomes that are coming in already, it's gonna put a traffic burden on that area. I've talked to many residents up and down Sycamore that complain about it as is today, without adding one more person up and down that road.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, all in favor? Two in denial. We're in denial. Those opposed? Yeah. 2-2.
Where's Rosemary?
That's right. I have a feeling that we're not gonna pass something tonight with that. All right.
It'll forward to the city council with no recommendation.
Right, that's what it was. Okay, well, we will do that. We'll close this forward with no recommendation to the city council. All right, we have a second public hearing.